How's it going, guys? Welcome. Today's video is gonna be the opposite of the other video. I made a video a few days ago that was 3 classes you shouldn't be using a lot. This one is gonna be 3 classes you should be using a lot, or more than you are. Now, these are generic classes, mind you, so before everybody comes in with Ozma and all the unique NPCs that are top tier gods and replace all the generics, yes. If we're doing end game, late game stuff, yes. Why would you not use the unique NPCs that are super hard to get and super OP and strong? This is more for people that are chapter 1 through 4, middle of the game. They don't have access to that stuff. They don't have a lot of unique NPCs. You know, people that are just going through the storyline. So, I'm not going to discuss any unique NPCs. I'm not going to talk about any unique NPC classes that are unique, like the White Knight or any of that. We're not discussing Lord or any classes that are unique to an NPC that generics can't get. This is strictly about generics. So, that was longer than I wanted. Let's go. First, off the bat, first generic unit that you should use more is the Beast Tamer. Why? Why use the Beast Tamer, you ask? He can't use any spells. I don't get it. I'm not taming beasts. I don't like beasts. Well, that's cool. But the thing is, he has access to blowguns, which are really nice. And he has the Lobber ability. I have a video talking about this, a couple other videos, but Lobber allows you to throw items across the battlefield. In case you don't know, there are bombs in the game. Bombs are actually in the item shop. Now, they're not as useful as they used to be because you can only carry 4. But if you want to throw bombs, offensive magic, I guess, you could do that with him. I don't really do bombs a whole lot. I've done them a couple times. They're kind of fun, kind of a gimmick, kind of a meme, because I think healing items or buffs are better. But with Lobber, he can throw that stuff 3 to 7 on Lobber 3. So I have a 7 range to throw healing, to throw debuffs, to throw bombs. The utility and uses for that are insane, especially if you think about harder battles. And then we have our Empower and Repel beasts and stuff. So if you're on a beast-heavy map or a dragon-heavy map, he can actually repel them, which evade up to 2 dragon unit attacks until next turn. And then we have Empower, which is enhance attacks of friendlies, and you know, all the standard stuff. And whips are really cool. He's one of the few classes that can use whips, so whips are fun if you enjoy that. But I think the Beast Tamer is underrated. People pretty much use him to either power up their beast or to recruit beasts, and then they kind of forget about him. So I think he should be considered more and used a little bit more because he's really fun, has a lot of uses, and can really change a fight with the Lobber skill. Number two, who's it going to be? What are you thinking? Well, we're going with Swordmaster. So I've seen a mixed opinion on Swordmaster in this game. Some people think it's worse than the other one. Some people think it's better. Some people don't really care. We got it all over the place, but what I like about a Swordmaster isn't the fact that they just have war dances that are super cool, but they use katanas, and let's be honest, they're one of the few, if only, classes that can use katanas, especially two-handers, and that is super awesome. And they have some pretty cool skills. They have Preempt, which I've discussed this before, but basically, if an enemy attacks you, you will attack first. So 2 things can happen when you attack first. You can either A, knock the enemy back, and they don't even get to hit you, or B, you could kill the enemy. Pretty neat, huh? Then we got increased attack with the Mighty Strike, and then we got the Mind's Eye, which causes you to evade up to 2 melee attacks until next turn. So very useful. And then obviously we have Falling Blade, which criticals with 100% accuracy hit and are crit, so guaranteed crit. Kind of like Mighty Blow, I think, with Warrior. And, you know, so that's all fine and dandy, but what I like the most, and what I think people underestimate, are the dances. Now, I don't have every dance, but I will tell you, you know, you got a strength buff dance, you have a heal dance, AoE heal, you have a fortify dance, you have a weaken enemy dance, and you have a breach dance. Now, I'm not, you know, claiming to be the smartest guy, but I feel like there's some versatility here. I feel like we can play the back line to buff friendlies, heal allies, replace that god-awful cleric. You guys know how I feel about clerics. We can just heal with him. Why even have a cleric? You know, heal 100 HP on everybody. Forget it. I mean, it's the same difference as major heal, right? No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding. And, you know, we can charge the front line, do a basically AoE debuff, do an AoE buff, smack people around. I mean, what's not to like? What's not to like about the Swordmaster? What, other people do it better? Sure, yeah, eventually, maybe when we get to endgame, you know, you could replace him. But I think he's underutilized. When you first get access to a Swordmaster, you should totally use him. You're going to find him to be, you're going to be like, wow, this guy's pretty good. Obviously, when you get to, like I said, endgame, we get all those endgame classes and stuff. This is hard. You only get 12 classes or 12 units to bring to a battle. And there's what, like 40 classes? Maybe more? Yeah, so I understand. I understand the, you got to make sacrifices. But I think people need to give him more of a fair shot. Try him out some more. I've had some pretty cool things happen. The birds agree. They're getting excited because I'm talking about the Swordmaster. So, like, definitely don't cut him out. Don't cut him out. Give him some more tries if you haven't already. I promise you'll find him to be a little more useful than you think. And last but certainly not least, and I don't know, I maybe I'm biased. It's not Rune Fencer. That's a different video. We're talking about Gryphons. Gryphons. Now, I don't know if people have seen the power of the Gryphon or not. If you played the PSP version, you know the power of the Gryphon. It's not really much different here. If anything, I think Gryphon's even more powerful. But what makes the Gryphon powerful is not only does it have a move 5 with flying, and it can carry items like every other unit, is the ability to get to the back line. The ability for it to harass casters, clerics on the enemy team, is just insane. And it's so tanky. Give it some constitution. We're already rocking 2200 hit points at level 32. We're not even max level yet. Dash is great to get around. Feather Step is great if you get slowed to remove that, but I don't use it that much. But the bread and butter are its attacks. I like to set one up with Blood Siphon so it keeps itself alive. So then it's just life leeching off of enemies when that procs. We got a stun, and we have just stuns out the butt. Another wind shot. This is the one. Wind shot is the gravy. This is a ranged attack with a 3 range and a 3 area. And you can, if the enemy is clustered together, if there's a mosh pit going on in the back for some reason, you can reposition, like if everything's clustering around you to attack you, right? Because you're going to draw a lot of aggro. The Gryphon will draw a lot of aggro because 1, it's right there, and 2, it's tanky. And for some reason, when you go in the back line, everything starts to attack you, which would make sense, I guess. But some things do ignore you. But like I said, if you get like 3 or 4 units around you, you know, like different wizards and stuff, or the clerics nearby, or you got an archer, and you get them within that range, a 3x3, you can mess some stuff up. I mean, we're talking AoE damage 200 to 300 across the board over multiple units. So this is one of the best skills that the Gryphon has. And then we got stun breath and stuff. But the whole purpose of the Gryphon, and I feel like a lot of the reasons people don't use the Gryphon a lot, is, like I said, no spells, and it's a beast, and you kind of want a beast tamer. You don't necessarily need a beast tamer, but the ability to go in the back line and cause chaos is why I love my Gryphons. And I will always use Gryphons, and I bring Blessing Stones, because what I do is, the Gryphon dies. Your Gryphons are going to die. They're going to die because they're in the back line, they're deep in enemy territory. They're going to die. So you have 2 of them. So chances are one will die, one will be alive. The one that's alive will use a Blessing Stone to revive the dead one. The dead one will then use a really strong heal, either the 50 or 75%, and if you're really dangerous and you have the money, the 100%. On the same turn, he revives with full health. He's not going to die again for another 2 turns, probably. So they are always a threat. They're always there. And I always got other units that can go back there and help. I have my Beast Tamer with Lobber. He could chuck a res, 7 squares away if he has to. It's insane. So those are my choices. Those are my 3 picks. We have the Gryphon, the Beast Tamer, and the Swordmaster. Those are 3 classes that I think a lot of people kind of neglect. Gryphon, maybe not so much. I think Gryphon might be more people are going to be like, dude, I use a Gryphon. What are you talking about? Like, what do you mean? Nobody plays Gryphon. But I can tell you Beast Tamer and Swordmaster are definitely going to be on that list. And like I said, a lot of people, they just use the Beast Tamer to recruit, and they say, get back on the bench, buddy. So those are my opinions. Those are my choices. These are by no means facts. I love a healthy discussion. I love talking about this game with you guys. Tell me what you think. What do you think in the comments? What are classes you think people don't utilize? What are units? What even if they're I mean, we can even talk about unique classes that people just don't care about, I mean, but this video I wanted to focus on generics because obviously everybody's going to come in the comments and be like, bro, I wouldn't use those because I have these, So thank you all so much for watching. I appreciate all the love and support these videos get. You guys are awesome. Content for Tactics Ogre will continue. I will be making videos on Dwarf Fortress, on Frontline First Remake, other games here and there. But just know, if you came to this channel for Tactics Ogre, it will be here. Just realize other videos will upload too. And, you know, you don't have to watch them. And if you want to watch them, you can. Maybe you might like something. You'll be like, wow, I never thought I liked this game. You never know. So, again, much love. Thank you guys. I appreciate it. I hope to see you guys in the next one. Until then, later. Peace.